It's amazing how wrinkly a dress will get when you've kept it in a drawer for over a year and a half. But I felt like dressing up today. By the way, it's Monday. I finally made it to spring break and I'm super excited. Although my spring break isn't going to be much of a break because I still have to work 5 days this week, even though originally I only had to work 3. And I have to figure out how to not fail math this week. Guys, I have an Esther bracelet too, except that I can't find it right now. But I do have one. Stella, I kind of forgot about the career scene until you talked about it, but now that I think about it, I completely agree with you. That definitely should have been in the movie. In California, we have an exam kind of like you were talking about, except it's just basically to make sure that you're literate and that you can do basic math. It's called the high school exit exam here, and you can't leave high school until you've passed it, but it's pretty hard not to pass. So I don't hate the epilogue like Stella and most of the fandom. I'll talk about it more once Heather's read it, but I really only have one problem with it. And that is that it's supposed to be 19 years later, and therefore a certain someone is 19 and is on the train to Hogwarts. Kind of confused about that. But everything else I'm pretty much fine with, and I know that that's kind of weird because almost everyone who likes Harry Potter hates the epilogue. I don't. Stella, I have never heard of those websites you were talking about. Sorry. I feel like I've talked about this before, but even though I've loved Harry Potter since I was like 10, I haven't really been into the whole fandom until like the past year. So if I seem like a noob, it's because I am kind of a noob. Not to Harry Potter, but to the fandom. As for the HPA and the Borders book thing, I had already gotten that email before you said that in your video, and unfortunately I couldn't buy any books this weekend because of my Lent. I know Heather knows what Lent is, but Stella, you're Jewish, so you may not know what Lent is. To put it very simply, it's 46 days in which you're supposed to sacrifice something in order to kind of empathize a little bit with the sacrifice that Jesus Christ makes for us. So basically you give up something or a few things for 46 days, starting with Ash Wednesday going until Easter. For Lent this year, I not only gave up meat, but I also gave up spending more than $2 a day. I'm kind of accumulating that, so there could be days where I spend more than that. I wish I knew the exact statistics, but there's a huge portion of the world that's living on $2 a day or less. So for the past couple of years of Lent, I've been trying to kind of empathize with them. It's totally different for me to be doing this in the developed world, but I decided to do it anyway. Stella, I agree with Heather. You need to stop reading all that Klain fan fiction and freaking finish Girl at Sea. It can't be that bad. It's Maureen Johnson. I haven't read that yet, but I probably will at some point this year since I have it. Heather, I agree with you that McGonagall is awesome. The way that she stands up against Umbridge in the 5th book is amazing, and I love her even more for it. I'm impressed that you didn't cry. Or maybe I just cried too easily, because I cried for like half an hour when Sirius died. Then again, at the same time, I hadn't seen the movie first, so I had no idea it was coming. Here's the thing about me, I get really into characters in books. I get super attached to them. Heather already knows this from Twitter, but I finished Goblet of Fire at 2 a.m. last night, so yay! I can't even tell you how many times in my life I've stayed up till some ridiculous hour reading Harry Potter. Hopefully I'll be able to read Order of the Phoenix this week. I've already started it, I'm a chapter in, but it's a really long book, so who knows if I'll have time to finish it this week. But I'm starting to fall behind on the challenge. I'm wishing that I was a speed reader, but I am not. I'm pretty sure this video has gotten really long now, and I have to cook dinner and go to work, so I'm going to end it. Stella, I'll see you on Wednesday.